Good morning, dear students of first secondary French school. We are going to begin our a new unit in your course book Aim High. Get out your books if you please and open unit 4, page 30. Our unit is called It's a Must Have. It's a must have. What do you mean by this title? It means that a material or object you have to have, something main or important or essential to have. What this text is talking about, if you look at the picture, is talking about products, advertising and marketing. How all the companies target the teenagers to advertise for their products. We are going to have an idea what the text is talking about. The text is about why and how big companies target teenagers through marketing and advertising. Their aim all the time to reach the teenagers, to affect them to buy their products. Teenagers represent an important demographic to marketers because of their purchasing power. They are a very important population or number of people because they affect all the homes what to buy. In every house there is a teenager who affects his parents or ask them for something to buy. So they try all the time to target in their advertisements the teenagers. This is because they influence what their parents buy, and also they are the adult consumers of the future. In the future, they are going to be the consumers who will buy from their companies. Many companies spend a lot of budget designing activities to target teenagers. They try to attract their attention by any way. The internet becomes the main means to reach teenagers using different media to interact with them and to build consumers from young age, to affect them and make them consumers from this company, especially from young age. You get used to buy this brand or from this company or this product. Now look at your books, page 30. You have the text. We are going to read how the companies are targeting or aiming teenagers in their advertisements and marketing. And as usual, in the text you are going to find 15 highlighted words. You have to study them by heart. Look at your books. Adults earn most of the money in the economy, so shouldn't most advertisement be directed at them? You as an adult, you are very careful when you spend your income. So most of the companies, as we have said, target the teenagers to affect their parents. Over £1 billion is spent every year in order to target teenage customers, to aim or to affect teenage customers. Teenagers are the people from 12 to 19 years old. And in this age, they affect their parents a lot. They have opinion and they choose what they like to buy, what they like to wear, what they like to eat. It's nearly impossible to visit a shopping center or switch on the television without finding products and advertisements that many adults may not be interested in or even understand. Why are teenagers a group with relatively little earning power? They don't have the ability to make money, but they have the ability to spend money. Such targeted consumers. In the first paragraph, we have 2 highlighted words. If you look at them, target, aim, the new methods target teenagers. We have another word, earning power, the ability to make money. the ability to make money. You are working to get money. This is the ability to get money. She looked for every opportunity to increase her earning power. Turn to the next paragraph. Today's teenagers have an unprecedented amount of money to spend on personal items. They had an amount of money never had before. In the past, teenagers didn't have this amount of money to spend by their own. Now they have an amount of money for themselves. They have more money to spend than teenagers of any previous generation. Many of them receive money from their parents on a regular basis, and some teenagers earn money from part-time jobs. We have a word in this paragraph, unprecedented. What do you mean by this word? Never done or known before. Such an event was unprecedented in the 20th century. Around the world, there are millions of teens with a disposable income, money to spend freely. They have a money, whether they are taking this money from their parents or work part-time jobs to get this money, but they have the ability to spend this money freely on whatever they like. To spend on clothing, electronics, music, and other items, because young people make a lot of the purchasing decisions for these objects. Companies market them with teenagers in mind. Disposable income, money available to spend freely on whatever you want. You are not responsible to pay this money for something specially, so you are free to spend it on whatever you like. High petrol prices will reduce disposable income. The other word we have, market, means advertise. Advertisers should not be allowed to market unhealthy products. Turn back to your book. Another reason teens are so important to marketing departments is that they influence the spending of their families. In some countries, such as the United Kingdom and Canada, teenagers may have an influence on up to 70% of the purchases for the home. Teenagers often have a say in the brands that the family buys, whether the products are food or personal care items like shampoo or soap. In fact, advertisers often market directly to teens because they know that teenagers can be very powerful and persistent about getting their parents to buy things or give them money to buy things themselves. Teenagers affect their parents on whatever they want to pay. They have the specific kinds of things they would like to have all the time. Have a say, what do you mean by the word have a say? Have the right or power to influence or make a decision about something. They have their own choices. I want to have a say in this matter. Persistent, something continual. Persistent train will affect many areas, something continual. Okay, now we are going to complete new paragraph. Marketing departments know that getting people to switch brands can be tough. Therefore, it's important to attract customers who have not yet developed strong brand preferences or brand loyalty. If you are an adult, so you get used to buying specific kind or specific brand. That's why they begin to affect the teenagers because they are not loyal to a specific brand or company. Older teens who are going to leave school and become consumers are a perfect target for marketing companies. Preferences, something you prefer very much, personal favorites or choices. I don't have a preference place to eat in. Next, because of their money, influence, and potential, Teens are big business for most major companies. As a result, advertisers have many techniques to get teens to buy their products. Potential, the possibility of something being developed or used. Mona had the potential to become a scientist in the future. She had the possibility to become a scientist. Okay? The advertisers, have many techniques. They begin to think a lot in many techniques to attract the teenagers to them. Have many techniques to get teens to buy their products. Here are some of the most popular ones. Okay? He just mentioned for you 3 ways the companies use to attract teenagers for them. Perfect world, by showing them that the world is perfect and that this thing is very great and very beautiful. And this is mainly sent to the well of families. The well of families means the rich families. The rich families, well off, rich. These were expensive toys and only children in well off families could buy them. The other way they began to use to attract teenagers, family fun, to attract the teenagers to make fun, to make the life funny for the family, or to make for them, create for them a funny situation, to spend a funny time. Okay? Bringing the family together is the appeal of this technique. Advertisers show a product as something that helps a family overcome struggles with each other or a difficult task. The product is often the reason the family come together. For example, dad brings home dinner from the family's favorite fast food restaurant, and then suddenly the quarreling brother and sisters set aside their differences and enjoy a meal with their parents. Quarreling, arguing, to fight with words. We are quarreling with each other, we are fighting with words. We are talking to each other in a nervous, bad way. Some kids were quarreling yesterday, they were so noisy. Set aside their differences, forget about arguments because something else is important. To keep our arguments aside, forget about them and discuss or live the good situation. They decided to set aside their differences for the sake of completing the project. The last way or technique they use, bandwagon means to make a campaign using musicians, parties to attract them using music and singer. Join the crowd, everyone has one. Don't be left out. What do you mean by left out? Not one of the group. Not one of the group. The boy was unhappy because he had been left out of the team. This is the strategy of the bandwagon technique. Advertisers try to convince consumers that they need the product to be trendy. Usually advertisers do this by showing people who are awkward and unpopular. They do this to try to reach the people who are unpopular, not interested, and they are not comfortable in everything, feeling uneasy and comfortable. You have put me in a very awkward position when you feel uneasy and uncomfortable. The people try the product and then suddenly become popular and cool. Okay? They try to reach them, and when they reach them, they feel popular and poor and cool. They have reached all the people and they like them a lot. These are just a few of the techniques advertisers use. There are also many others. Now there is a new way which they use to get to others, but including endorsement by star athletes, statements said about the product by famous people to make videos or advertisements or talking about the product to attract the people. You are a famous person, you affect the people a lot. So when you are talking about a product that is very good, I'm going immediately to go to try it. Popular actors and beautiful models. It's important for all consumers, including teens, to watch adverts critically. In other words, we should all think about whether we really want or need the product promoted in the advert, or whether we are simply responding to the marketing techniques. Endorsements, statements by famous people to support something being advertised. He used celebrity, famous people, endorsement to advertise about his brand. By this, we have finished our text and we have discussed all of it, and we have explained the 15 words, the 15 highlighted words, which you have to study them. Revise them very hard if you please, and try to read the text once more. See you later and stay safe.